all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I love that. It's Andy, and here we have Nick and Al. How are you doing, guys?
Doing good, mate. Doing good. Nick, what's happening?
All good, man. All good.
Are you laughing because I don't think I've ever introduced myself on the show and said my name's Andy?
I was actually just like smiling and nodding just so that I'm trying to get better at not talking over anyone. Because we're not bad for it, but like sometimes you're just so excited to get your soda like chat in that I feel like we like overstep each other. So
most of the time, because I disagree with you. See, exactly.
I've noticed that Al always takes the lead and then he throws it off to me. So
I feel like that's
I just smile and nod like a dog, just waiting for like my moment to go. I'm fine.
Well, I'm aware I did that last week. You, Andy, threw it. I stepped in, then threw it to you, and I realised I did the exact same thing this week. And in my head, a wee light bulb went off. Went, maybe that's what we do every week. Like we pass it around.
And now I've made it weird and I can't do it anymore.
Andy says how he's doing. And obviously, like Nick's saying, and not wanting to speak over each other, one guy has to just be like, I'm also good, thank you.
Staring, like,
I'm also good.
So we're recording a wee bit earlier than what we would normally do, due to Nick forgetting he had booked something that we had to do. But today we had a wee bit of an announcement on like maybe a kind of route map when we get out and when we maybe get back to some sort of normality. So for the foreseeable future, we're still going to be doing these virtual episodes, but we're still going to be bringing them once a week. But we are very much looking forward to getting back in person, back in the studio, and drinking these together and getting guests back on board. So fingers crossed that all goes to plan. The vaccinations keep going and we can get to do that. But have you been up to anything exciting this week?
Not really. I mean, I usually when it's my like I like to take the piss. So when it's my birthday, I usually like extend that to like a week, and then that week is extended to 2. So I've just been like kind of polishing off like birthday booze, birthday sodas, birthday pastrami. I've taken a liking to Monty's Deli in London, and I've treated myself to like the whole care package, but actually, as good as Monty's Delis are, I'd actually ordered sodas for the pod, and they mixed up the order, so only one of each soda came, which was sad because
so you just
heat. I just drank them. They're gone. They're well gone.
You talked about last week. You get a PS5. You fired it up much?
Yes. Quick review, there's no games out for it, so it was like everyone pure rushing to try and get this. Like there's literally no point. I can't imagine anyone that would have got a PS5 that hasn't played Spider-Man yet on PS4.
Isn't
so
this
really,
I'm not really a big gamer, but isn't Cyberpunk, is this a thing?
That's not out yet on the PS4.
All right, okay.
I'll tell you something.
I'm bringing you like scoops, man.
I'll bring you some. I'll bring a scoop. There's do you remember? Did you guys have a PlayStation at all?
Yeah.
First one.
The Grey Station?
Right. Do you remember something called Demo 1?
Demolition. Oh, yeah, the disc. Yeah.
It's like a disc it came with it. And I was like,
that Wipeout on it?
It did, I was like a little, I think it did. I had a preview basically of like every game kind of thing, right? And so there's like a game not built in, but it's like already downloaded for you to play. It's called, I can't remember what it's called now.
Alex the Kid.
Oh, what's it called? Something bot. It's like a wee robot guy. But anyway, it's basically just to show off the sort of power of the console. And like the controller has this like new thing now of like, if you were to like pull down on like the triggers, there's resistance built into the controller. So it's like harder to pull down the trigger and stuff. It's kind of crazy. And it's got this kind of haptic feedback on the hands as well. Anyway, long story short, I'm going to spoiler here.
Your controller and you liked it.
Spoiler. So if you've not played this game and you don't want to be spoiled, turn off or skip 10 minutes ahead. But there's like...
How long are you going to explain this?
No, I'm not. But I was just going to say there's a bit... It basically takes you... There's 4 levels. And one level's PS1, one level's PS2. Okay. And it kind of like... You collect these little items like the PSP or a UMD disc or like the iToy camera. You collect these things as you go kind of thing. And it's like... And I was kind of thinking, I was like, when I first clocked that this was happening, I was like, "You bastards won't get me! Like, you're not going to get me with this nostalgia." And then by the end of it, it's like the end of that first new Star Wars film. You're just like, "Yes, we're back."
That's weird because I just dug out a PSP recently. I
love the PSP, man. Was it the OG one, the long one?
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, it was so good if you wanted to watch half a movie somewhere before the battery went.
You need to plug it in. But anyway, the PS5
normal handhelds. How baller was the PSP?
Because
it was like
so good.
Someone like sees you in the bus and you're like, "That's right, I'm playing Grand Theft Auto in the bus."
Aye.
I remember playing, the only game I ever really played on PSP, because my brother had it, was my Grand Theft Auto Vice City on the PSP, which I remember playing it and just being like, I can't believe the game that we have on like the PlayStation 2 or whatever it was, 3 at the time. I was like, how are we playing that now on this?
It had the little answer to the analog stick, which was that little slide that was.
Wild.
To be honest, like, I just wish like you could have a PSP in this day and age and put some insane battery in it to make it last you, because it was like, I just thought it looked amazing.
That's what the PS Vita became. No,
I
it's a better version of it.
I mean, I ended up going back and buying a PSP to take on tour so that I could play Football Manager, and it was brilliant. But I mean, do we really need a new PSP when we've got iPhones?
I know, but
I had GoldenEye working on my phone like about 2 months ago.
Talking of new hardware though, guys.
Oh, did it arrive?
It arrived.
Oh yeah.
I got a Mac Pro, and I've not even opened the box. I've only lifted it up the stairs. Took 2 of us to get it up the stairs.
How heavy is it?
£74.
Oh my god, that's heavier than like all your kids combined.
Aye, probably.
That's
can't wait to fire up. This is going to be the fastest edited podcast in the world.
Do you think we'll be able to? The best thing would be like to stream this 720p from the Mac Pro.
Wait a minute here. £74. That's what the computer weighs.
It's like solid titanium.
Like 30 kilograms.
It's massive. I think it's massive. It's like the box it came in. Like when the UPS, it was meant to arrive tomorrow. UPS guy turned up and Jenny came and was like, "What the fuck have you been ordering?"
I mean, you're like the gadget man, right?
Love a gadget, mate.
You love a gadget, but at any point ordering this, camera 2, there you go. At any point ordering this thing, have you thought, what the fuck am I going to do with a Mac Pro that I can't do with like my phone?
What can you not do with a Mac Pro?
Mate, I can just do it more and faster.
I want you to hook up the Mac Pro to like a black and white telly. Just to like fucking piss people off.
It's a 14-inch black and white telly.
Hey, why not, man?
Hooked up with SCART.
Start a company that makes computers, or a computer that makes companies, something like that.
Speaking of the PS5, the last week, I have been playing this Star Wars game, which is then led me to watch Mandalorian on Disney Plus, which has also led me to end up watching this new Marvel thing on Disney Plus as well. So the last 7 days, I've just been playing and consuming media as well. I've been doing.
Can I take another segue there?
Yes.
Just because you said Disney Plus, because of the kind of what felt like good news and it felt like we were maybe getting somewhere. I've just realised something. Are we actually live somewhere now?
Oh, we are?
No, it's fine.
Oh, no, we're not.
It's fine.
We've got 274 viewers.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was telling me, but there's nobody commenting. Where are we live?
Are we live?
I don't think we're live.
What's
It's fine. It's fine.
Where would we be live?
I don't know.
Are we on the staying in?
Nah, I mean, there's no chat on.
You said that as if we'd been having some.
You've got a staying in thing behind you.
I know, but I don't think we're on.
But why does it say 274 viewers?
He's plugging the staying in.
I'm sure they would be telling us if we were actually live.
I need to go. I'm going on Facebook right now.
I'm doing the same.
I'll tell you the story while we work out this.
What have you been doing the last weekend? Well, Andy works out whether we're live or not right now.
I honestly feel like, other than rinsing through Ted Lasso,
what do you think of it?
So good. So good.
Should we change the name of the podcast to the Diamond Dogs?
Diamond Dogs. Really good, man. Probably did it in about 3 days. Just
let me ask you this: as the showrunner and director of Scrubs, did you feel a Scrubs vibe to it?
There is. I still think Scrubs is like a special thing. It's like a special moment, and it was very unique in that sense. There's a lot of heart in it. In Ted Lasso, because what happened was I was about to be 4 episodes in,
Mm-hmm.
And Helene, I said, Helena's like, what are you going to watch? And I was like, this thing. And I was like, you would love this. Like, she was like, oh, I'll just watch and catch up. And I was like, doesn't matter. Let's go. Episode 1. So I watched the first 3.
Amazing.
Because I was like, that way I was like, this is really good. I just want to I want us to just be in the same page. I don't want you to
The funny thing was, at the end of watching it, I remember saying, hey, I showed Amy the trailer and she was like, no, thank you. And then at the end of me watching it all, in about 2 days, she was like, how was it? And I was like, you would have loved that. Like, there wasn't really
I watched it with my wife as well.
In fact, the football was the worst part of it. Because I actually did this weird thing. I don't know if you've noticed that when they showed you football stuff, it was obviously green screened and CGI'd and all that. So, but it was it
looked like FIFA.
It looked weird. It was so weird. You knew that it wasn't a football game. Whereas if you want to go back to remember that show Dream Team?
Aye, I was going to liken it to that. Yeah,
they just changed the color of the top. They would just show live games.
Aye,
and then close to a close up.
What would you rather though? That's what I think. No, I think, and I'm not really a football guy, but is very.
Well, there's something to be said for those Aaron Sorkin shows, like The West Wing and stuff, where they never show you
what it
say
is.
The West Wing. They never show you the president actually doing anything presidential. It's always the behind the scenes kind of stuff. So you actually in a way could do that whole thing of Ted Lasso without seeing any of the football. The only one time that you in the whole show would want to see the football is the last episode.
Yeah, just for them, there's maybe what the fuck is Ted Lasso? It's American comedy show about a American football coach who comes over to the UK to coach a soccer team. And it's fun. I mean, I liken parts of it, and we're big fans of The Office here, but I liken parts of it to early Office episodes. I think it's got that. I really feel like it might even have that longevity.
Sudeikis sells it, to be fair. It's not. I don't know who else does that show and makes it that without Sudeikis.
Nah, but I think that's the thing with these Apple shows. It's all very it's dialed in, casting's dialed in, script's dialed in. It's they're trying to set up to win. I was actually just doing I just did a quick deep dive on the side there. The woman that owns the team, the actress Hannah Waddingham.
Yes,
she was in that show Footballers' Wives.
That's right. I thought she was, and also I also noticed that. Did you notice that?
That's a nice throwback. I like that.
There's a character in it who was a page 3 model as well, playing
Keely?
Keely Hazel playing the.
I had to look that one up as well, lads.
She's playing.
I didn't just pull that off the top of my head.
She's playing. She plays the. What do you call it? The ex-owner's new bit on the side kind of thing.
Oh, I didn't realise that was her.
But she was the pure it girl of FHM and that for a while. Yeah. But the which is funny because it was this. Those kind of magazines are a pure gateway into porn. But it's kind of funny. And now she's on a pure Apple show. The thing I like about Apple shows before we get into the drinks is and I don't know if you do this. It'd be interesting to find out. See, every time you see an Apple device in it, are you whoa? They're just there, and it's never the new one. It's always an iPhone 8.
Everyone had these headphones. The first kid that comes up to in the plane to take the selfie. Your Beats
and obviously it's Apple, right? They it's of course they're going to do this.
Yeah.
But there is something a wee bit when you notice it. It's I remember can't remember what it would have been. Maybe it would have been Wayne's World. The first time when they do the pure product placement bit, the Pepsi bit, and it was a pure light bulb going, hold on. Every time I can see a brand sponsored by Red Bull, somebody paid for that. Yeah. So and then it made sense as I became getting into filmmaking and stuff. I was you choose to
we're not suckered into it. We're not suckered into this at all. I mean, it's not. No, we don't get.
But the thing is, with Apple doing their stuff, is Apple products are super commonplace.
Yeah.
Oh, they are now.
I think there was a scene where Higgins is having breakfast, and his son has a pair of kind of, I'd say, lower end Beats headphones on, and you sort of think to yourself that kid probably would. That's probably what he would have.
Aye, they've placed it right.
And it's Christmas, I want headphones, Beats. So
it's sometimes you see these things and they're using a Microsoft tablet, Surface, and you're Nah.
Well, the
That'll
thing
be-
is, the thing I was going to say about it all, and we'll cap it at this, is that I'm looking forward to the shows that have like flashback stuff, and they're like iPhone 3GS.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Because Apple have working versions of it. Like there
I
isn't,
think Andy probably has one.
but there's not. But the way like Apple stop you being able to use these devices so that you buy the new one kind of thing. They can use theirs. If they want.
Somewhere that's running Mojave.
Do you know what I mean? Easy. Just no danger for them. But you know what I mean?
Let's just
Anyway.
say that no stranger to product placement here.
Anyway,
on
so-
sodas. So
That's what-
Let's
That's what
place
we've
our
been
first
doing.
product. Let's place our first product. Nick, you're bringing us something here.
Oh, I am, am I?
Aye,
something.
all the way from.
all the way from
all the way from Vicky Road. Now, let me preface this. I was thinking about this earlier. Victoria Road's kind of like the black market for soda. So because it's what did they call that? It's like
dark web.
No, not dark web. I was thinking of like the. Oh, I don't want to say it in case I embarrass myself, but it was like the.
You still going to say it?
No, I'm not. I'm just going to say it's the place where you can pick up all sorts of stuff, right? But
It feels like, to me, there's parts of it feels like Chinatown in New York, because you go into some place and you're like, there's not going to be in here, and you go in and you're like, oh, this has got lots in it.
well, anyway, we've got the Uludag Frutti Extra Lime right there. I'm going to wait for
rolls off the tongue.
it. Really doesn't roll off the tongue, but so Uludag Frutti Extra Lime is a glass bottle, very similar to maybe one of those. What are those Paisley soda kind of company kind of vibes? Although the lid is a bit
Similar.
kind of bars
Yeah.
vibes.
The one is extra. Do we think extra is maybe like zero, like the way Iron Brew Extra is?
Can
Oh, I
anyone
didn't even think about that. No,
content?
yeah, no. There's like 23 grams of sugar per 250 ml. So,
I mean, I love a lime juice. I do like a lime. It gives me a mojito vibes.
What is your
basically picked this up because it was like it's got a funky lime color to it.
It's one of those ones. As soon as you see something different that you've never seen before, you're like,
And it's Turkish, and I was just kind of like, well, it was, and just I can't remember which. Like, I swear to God, guys, if you're watching this or listening to this, Victoria Road in Glasgow has the heat. Like, go into any shop, doesn't even matter if it's a baker's, a butcher's,
funeral directors? They're going to
anything. They've got soda in the fridge. Like they all do, man. The
there's
Transylvania
one of
pet
them-
shop's got it and all, man.
there's one of them. Is it Transylvanian or something like that?
Transylvanian coffee shop.
They've got Fritz Cola.
They get heat.
what I'm talking about.
Anyway, the Uludag
So are we just throwing this up
Frutti.
against, I guess, a limeade? Is that our
I
starting
think
point?
so. I feel like
Oh, I know he's-
I looked into Uludag and it was they were kind of saying like the go to for the brand is lemonade. So I'm assuming this is like a limeade,
Lemonade.
but no preservatives, sparkling natural mineral water with lime juice. So let's go, man.
This one.
Yeah, I've actually got a vibe from this straight away. From the
Squad
smell.
bars vibe, eh?
No, there's something else I got from this.
Mojito.
Damn.
I'm going to say one word. Limca.
Aye. It's
I
close to
can't remember the Limca, but the
Limca was slightly.
let me
less-
preface
That's
all of
really
this. Do you know what? I just want to say, get this out of the way. Anyone that's drank limeade before has drank bars limeade. If you're from Scotland, right? The first thing you notice about bars limeade is like the sugar hit and like the absolute. It's like if bars limeade was a volume knob, it would be at 11. It's just like fucking limeade.
Lime.
Take some lime.
And it's dead. It's quite artificial as well.
This is nuanced.
This is
Where I'm going with this.
brilliant.
This is delicious.
It's really good, isn't it?
It's the sugar level just about right. It could be a wee bit more, but
I'll be honest.
it's
See,
decent.
just looking at the kind of branding, the typefaces, the bottle looks kind of trash.
Yeah,
It looks a wee bit
I was
trash.
going to hate it. It looks pure cheap.
This could be in the most pretentious looking bottle. Like, it's that good of a drink.
Don't you think the logo's kind of got like a chewing gum vibe to it?
It's like juicy fruit.
In a way, Or
Yeah.
actually, even the fact that it says extra kind of looks like it might be like the pure extra.
It's like they've opened Photoshop and says, let's just put all the bevels, put the drop shadows, everything on. Use them all.
It's almost like they just went on who's the mob that make all that, like the chewing gum?
Wrigley's.
It's like they went on the Wrigley's website and just started like just look for the PNGs, man, and we're just ripping them.
Of like graphic design where they're like, you can't really have more than 2 typefaces, or you've got to really tie it all in, and they're like
They broke all the rules.
It's like, we don't
Literally
care.
4 lines in the logo, and every line's a different text.
But you know what?
What's interesting, right? Hear me out here. You got the pure like lime image there. You get the full lime, half a lime, lime segment, right? Above that is what we may believe this leaf is. Mint or basil.
And why is it saying no preservatives?
But is that not just a lime leaf?
I think
Limes come off trees.
Maybe, I suppose.
The one, do you know, and this is a word that we've used, or a phrase we've used a few times on here.
Yes.
Palate cleanser.
Oh, yes.
This is potentially something I would just leave for a between rounds.
I'm going to save some of this because I don't know.
Not in a bad way. I'm not talking it down.
Super fresh, man.
It's so good.
Do you know what I quite like about it? You're looking at a 250ml glass bottle. So, I mean, if we all just look at it, I bet we've all put a pretty serious dent in that. I like that, though.
No bother.
Aye, we've all done a bit the same.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a nice volume, but you're cold, you're in the glass bottle.
I'm kind of going off tangent here, right? But like, have you ever been to like a really good Chinese restaurant and you finish and they crack out the oranges and they're like that, have a wee bite into that orange and just take, like, let the acidity just kind of like cleanse the palate.
Usually bring me a fortune cookie, man.
You're going to the wrong Chinese restaurants, mate.
I'm digging it. I really am digging it a lot.
Really
I'm coming in.
Here it goes.
I'm going 3.8.
Oh, strong.
You know what? I'll just be honest. I'm going to see and I'll raise you with 3.9. This is good. Really good.
Respect.
Great start to the show.
Sorry, Nick, just to butt in there. But
sure.
I kind of likened it to Limca before. But the reason I'm putting this a wee bit above Limca for me is remember how we had kind of different Limcas?
Oh, yeah.
Get that again, because you'd a good sparkling one and we had the bit Schneider one.
I actually preferred my Limca house, but never mind. 3.5 for me. It's if I was more in a lime, like a limeade kind of vibe, it'd probably be a 5. But it's not really my steez. I like lime. I like lime in drinks. I like lime in cocktails. But I'm never picking up a lime soda.
I didn't have high hopes for this, but
I didn't either. The ball
that's a 3.7.
That's class.
A 3.7.
Congratulations, Turkey. Is this our first Turkish drink as well?
First Turkish drink, and it's went into the top 10.
That's what happens.
10, there you go, man.
If you make good soda, you will reap the rewards.
Just to throw it out there, I've got other flavours of this.
Oh, interesting.
I believe there's a wide selection of flavours.
How do you...
I've got other flavours in the stock.
Like, the light set the bar high.
We'll sign off. Uludag Frutti Extra Lime. The boys recommend you.
3.7.
Jenny's been to Turkey.
No, I've not actually. Jenny's family, her mum and dad, they've got a house in Turkey though. But I've got absolutely zero desire to go.
I've been twice, right, as a kid. It was obviously like at some point in the sort of package holiday setup. It was like it must have been a big deal in the 90s. But the only thing I remember about Turkey, right? Turkey famous for like lots of amazing food. No, what I was going to say is Turkey was where I tried the fried egg for the first time. And that's the only thing I can remember. That's the only thing I can that vividly sticks in my mind, right? Because my nana was like this. She's like, I was looking at this menu and I was like, I've got no idea what to order. I'm like 7. Like, what are you talking about? How am I meant to pick something on this menu?
Turkey's changing their flag.
She's like, you like sausages? Get the sausages and chips. And it's like, it comes with an egg. And I was like, what is the deal with this egg? She's like, and I'm into food now. I love like all sorts of stuff. Like, in fact, there's not much I would say no to. But like, I can also remember back to this first like fried egg thing. And I was just like, So it comes out, everyone's getting plated up. There's me, my brother, my dad, my nana, Manny, and my uncle. Table comes out, all this stuff comes round. Here comes the sausage, egg, and chips. They'd done this thing that you've probably seen. The sausage was like corkscrewed. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So like they'd also like fucked me out my sausage because it was like half a sausage corkscrewed to make it look bigger on the plate. So now I'm faced with this thing with the egg, and I'm looking at my nana. She's like, take the sausage, dip it in the yellow bit. That's all you need to know. That was me, man. Sold. It's a fried egg guy after that.
Turkey's changing their flag now. It's just red with a fried egg right in the middle.
And a fucking fruity extra straight in there. I know.
So, talking of holidays, saying obviously we when Big Boris and Nicola have said their things and we think that we might be looking good. Yeah, I took a chance. I booked a holiday for later on this year.
Where are you off to? Turkey? For a fried egg?
We're going on an egg tour of Turkey.
Where are you off to?
Back to Orlando. For those that you don't know, I've got 4 young children that love Disney.
I don't think Piper's old enough to realise she loves Disney.
The other three do. And I'm buzzing, and the most thing I'm buzzing about is obviously I've got 4 young kids. They all get a full allocation of luggage. So one of them's getting filled with sodas.
Well, let me ask you this: we've all been to Florida. What are you like most looking forward to doing when you go back to Florida?
It sounds so snide now that I'm going to say this. Like, it really does. But like, honestly,
I hope.
No, it's the kids. Like, they buzz about it, man. They love it. But the stuff that I want to do,
like what's top of your list of like the theme parks that you want to do?
Slurpees.
A Slurpee?
Slurpees,
man. Really?
Aye. They're so good. So good.
If I was going to Florida, I would probably be losing my shit about this. Like, I'm not a Star Wars geek. I like it, but like the Star Wars stuff in Florida looks fucking nuts.
I mean, last time I was there, it just opened.
Did you see the thing? I seen a thing ages ago. It was like they were building a hotel, and every hotel room, the windows were all going to be like
it's like
TVs, and you were going to be like looking out. It's like stars and space.
But you're not looking out, so every window in that hotel is just it's like you can choose what time of day you want to be.
Speaking of theme parks, any of you seen the Super Mario World in Japan? Yeah, like the walkthrough stuff.
It's insane. The Mario Kart ride.
It's like how have they waited? It's kind of mad to think like this long for a Star Wars thing and a Mario thing, and it's just like if you think about like the sort of like the best sort of rides you've been on in America, like let's just say Florida, like the best rides you've been on in Florida, like ones at Spring of Miami, like the Dudley Do ride, like Ripsaw Falls. Yep. It is an amazing thing, but it's like when you come home, you're like, I was on the Dudley Do ride. Like kids in school are like, what is a fucking Dudley Do ride?
See,
I don't know. No idea.
The ones for me that I remember are the Hulk.
The Hulk is a good one.
Spider-Man and the Mummy ride. They were the 3 top rides. But I mean, last 2 times I've not really been on any big rides. Like I went on, is it Everest or is it?
No, Escape to Everest or something.
The Matterhorn. I went on that, but just because we get the kids, like literally we're doing single riders sometimes.
Do you go to Universal?
Nah, we haven't been like recently. It's not been the last couple.
Obviously, Universal has the Velocicoaster coming.
What's that? Man, looks wild.
It's unlikely that it won't be the greatest ride in the world for a long time. It's so much going on. It's insane.
Well, last time we were there, we were at SeaWorld, and we did a couple of van tours. A couple of really big coasters at SeaWorld that were brilliant, really good. But that Velocicoaster
looks insane, absolutely insane.
I think
the boys. I think it could be a return to Alton Towers for the boys.
That could be good. There's a few other ones I'd like to go to, but it's just I was just thinking about this, like where today's show is like going to be all around the world, and you think about like all around the world for these theme parks as well. There's stuff like literally everywhere.
It was one of the guys I follow on Instagram. He went when you were allowed to travel recently, like last summer at one point, maybe even towards the end of the summer. And he went around some of the European ones. And they looked insane.
The German ones may be good.
A couple of German ones that looked brilliant. So maybe we'll do a European tour of 5-star sodas.
Honestly, man, I'm
in. After this lockdown stuff, man, I need out. Like I don't even need out of the house. I need out of the country.
I mean, I can honestly say some of the best days of my life are theme park days.
Yeah.
Like, complete.
Your stag do was actually the theme park, the Alton Towers joint.
I mean, even that day, like, you sort of like, other than the kind of the driving and a bit, you sort of just can't fault that as a day. Like, your whole day is just spent doing like mad stuff.
Here's our first.
And then we just set up went out for dinner, drinks. It was like, it's one of these days where you're just like.
I was going to say though, here's the first sidebar on the sidebar. Is like, do you remember being Alton Towers? And we had probably ripped rides for the first. Like, we drove down that morning, ripped rides for the first couple of hours. And Neil, friend of the show, Neil, and I were like, "Oh, I need a coffee break. I'm pure going dizzy." Me and Andy like, again.
The one I remember was jumping the queue at the Smiler because we'd used all the fast pass things.
Do you remember that?
We just like vaulted.
I'll tell the story.
Jump in the queue. See, I need to hark back. I was in decent shape, man, and we walked around this kind of single riders thing, and then I just saw a fence, and I don't know why, but I know why because I wanted to skip the queue. But we were skipping the queue as a single rider. The difference was that we wanted to ride together.
You were skipping in above that.
So skip over this fence, but I just went over it like a pure majestic steed, man. It was like one movement. It was like when a guy jumps across the bonnet of a cop car, and then
it was like a gazelle.
And I chain went.
Fucking pull the fence down, man.
I rattled my shin straight off the fence, man. Raised the alarm. The guard turned around. He's looking at me. I flung the hood up and was running up the stairs. The shy guard there, like, oh my god! I was skipping people. I was literally shoving people out the way. Adults looking at me, going like, "Why is this grown man like shoving me like to get past?"
Theme park policeman coming at you.
Anyway, we started the theme parks on Japan. Yep. So I was going to say I think we should go back there, but it's close to Japan. We're going to Korea for my drink.
Okay.
Where are you taking us?
It's the one thing I'd say is like before I reveal it, the top of the leaderboard, we've got McDade's Orange Cream brought by me, Fritz Cola brought by me, McDade's Original Cola brought by me.
I mean, you brought them all. You're the one with the wallet.
Brought by me. No, I'm saying, hey, these are brought by me. I'm not just saying. I brought some heat. I felt it was time to redress the balance. And I've brought you Milkis.
Why? You've worded that like you're doing us a favour.
The refreshing milk and yoghurt flavour fizzy drink from Korea.
This must be the most gnarly thing so far. No.
This is the first utter, knowing before we open the can that this is going to be barking.
Let me say this though. The can is designed really quite nicely. You got Mary Poppins there jumping over the moon. Or a segment of milk. I'm not exactly sure where she's jumping. But
that's one of the chunks that's inside it. It's one of the wee chunks of curdled milk.
See, before we go, did anyone think of anything that we've done so far that you were this sceptical about? I can think of one off the bat, and that's celery.
Yeah. But I mean, even then, I was not that sceptical about it. Like, celery is like essentially water. Let
me just say some things out loud.
It's good, man.
Let me just say a few things out loud for the people on the podcast. Milkis, Milkis, refreshing milk and yogurt flavour, original carbonated drink, so it does count. New feeling of soda beverage.
See,
new feeling. No, let me here's a quick sidebar, right? I was watching an Anthony Bourdain episode where they go to Sichuan in China. Him and Eric Rappel. And there's a famous, or semi-famous in that industry, woman called Fuchsia Dunlop, maybe a relation to you, right?
I maybe.
Who's an expert, British expat expert on Sichuan dining. And the one thing she said in that was, the one thing the Western palate is not ready for yet is texture.
I've seen this.
We don't deal with texture. We don't eat chicken feet. We don't eat cartilage and stuff.
This is not a board episode. This is a thingy one.
Oh, it's also, she says the same thing in a Dave Chang episode as well. But this is but it's this idea of that in the Western palate we're not used to like. Mm-hmm. So this to us is like mental.
You're giving me the book.
Collision of two worlds.
I'm not saying that we're going to be drinking like cartilage, but like this is not something you would even remotely. Fizzy milk is not a thing.
But then the one thing that somebody had said something to me when I said we were going to be tasting this, like, but what if it's like a float? like an ice cream float.
Well, sidebar on that is I remember one time making an iron brew milkshake, so maybe we could be back to that again.
See, that's my worst nightmare, man.
Although milkshake.
If you take it aside, see yogurt and milk, and I mess. I mean, I'm not one of these people. Helena doesn't like milk. Helena doesn't like ice cream. Like, so
I would like for the podcast listeners and for the YouTube guys, I'm going to hold my can up, Andy, on a clean mic. Spark your can. Let's hear what it sounds like when you open it.
That carbonation level.
Not much.
Not fizzy.
Imagine that these had went completely flat and we just drank cano milk.
That, I mean, it doesn't look appetizing. It looks like fog.
It's 31 grams.
It looks like fog. It looks kind of fizzy.
I just get a bit in my hand.
Did you just go in?
I went in.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I mean, it's not like I'm not spewing. I mean, I did consider bringing a bucket up.
Nah, chill. Hold on.
It's quite good.
It's all right.
I quite like it.
Let me tell you this. It's not far off. This sounds crazy, right? If somehow someone made a fizzy drink flavour of the milk bottles that you would get from 10p mixtures.
Penny sweets, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not finished with this description.
Right.
Took that hypothetical fictional drink, poured it into an Uludag Frutti Extra Lime bottle that had that in it, and then poured it back in a glass. So it's got this milk vibe, but like this weird kind of, there's like a wee citrusy kind of thing going on in there.
It tastes kind of powdery.
No,
I'm not getting that. Are you getting the citrus vibes?
Mm-hmm. That's the kind of yogurtiness I'm getting. Almost like a mint yogurt.
No, it's like.
Let me ask you a question. Do you ever drink those things? Those probiotic.
Yeah, Yakult.
The Yakult.
Yeah, it does have a bit of a vibe like that.
I don't dislike it. I'm all.
I like those adverts that go. Dano. No, this has got something in it. Like there's a bit of childhood in this taste.
I quite like it.
It's like stuff. It's like stuff you were forced to have.
Nah, dude, this is like a sweetie. It's nah. It might even. This is like a chewy gummy sweetie. In a drink.
I can see where he's going with this. It does have a sort of lingering taste like milk does. But do you know what?
It's not a refresher bar, right? But it's like it's in that world.
See, when I said powdery, sherbet is maybe the word I was going for rather than powdery.
But let's be clear.
Is it refresher? Like a refresher bar?
Nah, it's not as fizzy as that. Like, I mean, as in fizzy tasting, as in a flavour note.
There is a pure citrus thing in the back of my tongue, though.
It does not taste like bogging fizzy milk.
No.
It has a flavour profile here. Do you know what
I'm going to say at the bar, right? I'm going in.
Go in, man.
You're not ready for this.
Nah. Zero chance that you're going above a 3.
3.1.
Nonsense.
It's decent. It's actually very decent.
This is split. I'm going to take one more, but I already know. I don't even know if there's one more in it. I've drank so much of it.
I would drink that again, no bother.
It's not for every day. I feel like if I was out there on holiday and I had this, it'd be like have a special place in my heart. It's kind of magical. I'm gonna give it 3 on the nose.
Nice. I think that is.
Oh, just to let me come in there. I'm not a fan. It tastes like medicine. It's like something you were made to drink. Like, I think that Yakult vibe is what you're talking about, but I didn't like them. I'm going to a 1.4.
Oh my god!
So which gives Milkis refreshing milk and yogurt flavour drink a 2.5.
Tragic.
Which is way higher than that should have been.
No, I think you're wrong, right?
And
I think once we get enough drinks on the roster, and you are able to start like toggling like an Alan Nick palette, and you'll see things like celery keeping in there.
No, I mean that's and maybe it comes off at the start about what you're talking about not liking texture, not being prepared for texture. There was a texture to that I just didn't like. And see, when you've just had a really good refreshing...
Yeah. But to be honest, Andy, we didn't know if we'd find you the cream soda of your dreams. And we did. So maybe we just need to go out looking for more Milky Magic, mate.
But I wouldn't say that too loudly because I did pick up another one. It's a fizzy mint yogurt.
I thought you said an other one.
Hey,
I think this sounds way worse than it actually tastes.
oh yeah. I agree. I can't believe that that's not in the bottom 5. I'll be honest. But that's before I've drank it.
Mm.
But yeah, it didn't even taste that bad to me. I'm
just looking at the just like ingredients that jump out at me here. Cane sugar, powdered skim milk, so like barely even any milk in it.
Fucking told you, powder. That'd be mine with the 2 cup, right?
Citric acid, yogurt flavor, soybean vibes.
That's exactly what I want in my soda. Fucking soybeans.
Dude, have you ever read the back of an Iron Brew, for fuck's sake? Calm down.
No, I don't like Iron Brew that much though.
But this is our job, mate. This is what we need to do for the fans, is to try this shit.
Weirdly, talking about jobs, so I went to the wee local corner shop today, and I sent you a picture actually saying that they had some Faygo in there, some different flavours.
Oh yes.
But I was trying to pick up a can of Lout because I don't have a can of Lout for our live show that we're going to be doing. And he's like, no, I don't have that. I was like, I see you've got the Faygo in there. I said, you must have a fairly good supplier and all that. He's like, yeah. I was like, see if I give you a wee list of stuff. Could you maybe see me get it? He's like, yeah. He says, what'd you do? I was like, no, we've got a soda podcast. we review fizzy drinks. And he's like, nah, fuck off. That's not what you do. I'm like, I mean, I do it. It's not my job. But I think I live in fucking Ayrshire. Folk haven't heard that podcast here. He genuinely thought that this soda podcast was my job.
Could be.
He was into that. He was like, nah, you don't do that. I was like, no, that's not all I do. Just that's my job, just to tan cans of Iron Brew all day.
I mean, it could be. I mean, like, guys, good opportunity right now. If you're listening, pause it. Hit the podcast app, 5 stars. Leave a review. Maybe. Let us live our dreams and have our jobs, so that the man at the shop that Andy goes to can believe him when he says they drink soda for a living.
And not only does he believe me, he says, "Oh, I saw you on that Netflix."
Aye. You know what? I've watched less interesting things on Netflix than what we do. Cecil Hotel for one.
Oh my god, I don't even want to watch that.
Mate, see what you're saying about because obviously the lockdown, the socializing, everything's just kind of non-existent. But that conversation of like, saying to someone, I'm a guy who does a soda podcast on the side. Like, I don't know. I just wait for it to come up in conversation.
Well, I mean, Andy does.
Recognize, but I just want to.
He was asking why I was asking about all these mad drinks, so I had to give him the.
I mean, you were the guy that was on national TV. Like, I've started a pub in my loft. Speaking of which, you've got the branding up. May as well, since you've got the staying in branding, you may as well plug the live quiz that's now, by the time people watch this, will have been
live. It'll have been,
but you can go back and watch it.
You can still go back and watch it. You'll know about it to play again. You'll know about it to play live and interact with the quiz.
But the boys will be on it.
So we'll be doing. I've called it the Millennials Quiz, and basically, if you're born between 1980 and 1994, and it's going to be on stuff that you enjoyed when you were growing up, if you're that age. So there's a good mix of stuff in there. But in the middle of that,
fried eggs may not have made the cut at 94.
But in the middle of all that, we're going to be doing some soda reviews as well. So, I mean, we've picked some classics that we maybe wouldn't have done on our own show. So, Bars Cream Soda, Lilt, as I said.
An Orange Sanpel, I believe.
It's Tory Fanta. And
which Sanpel is it? Is it the blood orange or the normal one?
OG orange.
The OG orange.
Yeah. See, and me and Nick are going to be playing along.
Aye. So,
I just want to go back to something you just said. You said, if you're born between 1980 and
94,
you're considered a millennial.
Yeah.
And I only learned this, I can't remember who checked me on it, because I was referring to like
the millennials.
These millennials, and they were like,
You're a millennial.
You're a millennial. And I was just like, I was like, nah, there must be something in that period there in between where we were just our own thing. I can't be one of these.
No, I mean, there's definitely arguments about what it is, and there's like is it Gen Y or something like that there's a wee bit of early to mid 80s they say can cover, but no, we're like 81, I only just make it.
Yeah.
So, but we're definitely millennials.
There you go.
I was definitely soaking up the culture.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we'll have some Jurassic Park in there, I couldn't even think of any musician.
I'm not very great at quizzes.
That's only me and you are getting next Jurassic Park, so let's just to be honest, Andy, if there's anything other than
Andy, is it me versus Al, or is it me and Al versus the public?
No, you're playing individually, so it's you against everybody.
Right,
so if you had to go into Mastermind though, what would be your specialist subject?
we talked about this last week.
Or did we?
I think we did.
I think we just talked about it.
No, we never.
All right, it was on a podcast listening.
I just because I can't, the only thing is I can't remember what we said. I think we all just danced around it. I think I maybe said, "Oh no, it was a podcast," because I said it would be like 2000s hip hop.
Yeah, hip hop man. Yeah. All right, fuck off.
Anyway,
I still don't know what mine would be. How would they go on it? I wouldn't get on it.
Knows that
there's maybe bikes.
Bikes, because of the CGI bike in the background. That's a green screen. That's not even real.
Yeah, because you said last week you're like, can it be fucking French cinema or something?
Yeah.
French cinema.
The thing is, I don't even know enough about like the things that I like. Not in that sense. It's just like I'm so forgetful. Listen to this for a story. I was out for a walk, my daily walk, and
can I stop you there? I'm so gutted you didn't go. Listen to this for a story. Went to Turkey with my family.
No, this is funny because this is a genuine human interaction. So I'm out. Me and Amy are going to walk. Nice day yesterday, and the one thing I said before I left the house, I was wearing like Nike tracky bottoms. I was going to wear a jacket, but it was kind of sunny, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw this oversized hoodie on. I mean, I'm not going to lie. The shape I was cutting was horrendous. I looked like shit, but I was comfortable. And I was like, I'm going to walk. I don't give a fuck. And I was like, I'm probably not going to even meet anyone. And I was like, and if I do meet someone, I'll fucking cross the road like I usually do, because stop and chat is just not my thing. I could see, like, I've seen people from school and I'm just crossing the road all the time, man. Like, even if I liked you in school, even if I might talk to you now and again on Instagram, I still might cross the road just to not talk to you. Because the idea of the stop and chat is just
too much.
Not for me. Anyway, I get caught in a stop and chat. A fucking belter of a stop and chat. It's a guy and a woman that I used to work with in the cinema who weren't together when I was at the cinema, but now have a kid and are together.
Definitely shagging in the popcorn cupboard.
Jesus, I couldn't remember any of their names. I worked with them for like 2 years. They might even watch this, right? But like, I swear to God, I had no fucking idea. And Amy's with me, so I didn't even have. I had to have the pure. It's so like uncouth to not go. This is Amy, and you guys are fucking A and B, right? I was just like, I was drowning, fucking drowning. And do you know what? I think the cunt's fucking knew I was drowning. Didn't want to throw me a lifeline.
Aye.
So at one point, I go like this, right? I go, oh, Amy's a teacher. And I'm expecting one of them to go, Lisa's a teacher. Or Lisa. But anyway, their names are David and Lisa. I knew that as soon as I walked away, I phoned a homie for the cinema. I was like, remind me of that guy's name. And he's like, David Hosey. And I was, oh, fuck, I've just named him now. But anyway. Hi, David Hosey. But I called him Hosey. I never called him David, ever. But in my head, I was like, that's David. But I was like, it felt alien because I never called him that. And Lisa was a manager who I'd never really seen because I only worked like 2 days a week. But anyway, but just, do you know that fear and dread of being like, it would actually be so much easier to go, guys, I forgot your names. Like, I worked with you for 2 years, but for 2 days a week, but like, I've now forgot your names. The best
thing though, when you've got somebody else said, you need to be firing them up for that, to be like, oh, sorry, he's so rude. My name's Amy, by the way.
Mm-hmm. That's how you do it with 2 people. Aye. If you stuck with one person, this is the move.
Yeah.
So I was like, I met Nick. I'm just like, what's this guy's name? And I go like that. I go, what's your name again? And you in disgust go like that, Nick. And I go, I know your name's Nick. What's your last name again?
Oh, that's good.
You can't do it with 2 people.
You can't do it with 2 guys you worked with though for like years at a time.
That's great, you know, because then it's like, oh, he really cares about my last name.
It made me think about like memory and like this is like now that I do remember their names, it seems to me like I'm like, how could I have ever forgotten their names? It was so like as soon as I heard that, I was like, of course. But it was like that pure moment, that anxiety of going like, no clue, no fucking idea.
In school, do you feel like in school, if you think about it, you're like, nobody'd forget me though. Right? And in a sense, right, although I was quite, I'd say, did you ever you have a sort of year group and you sort of think there's the usual dynamics of groups and cliques and bullying and whatnot and exclusion, but for the most part, everyone knows who everyone is. You make it your business. As you leave school, you drift away from that. Yada, yada.
Yeah.
And you sometimes see someone out in public and you think, I got in my school, and you can't get his name. Because for me, it's been like, I graduated 2000, so it's always easy to work at 21 years at school. I'm just like, can I think of that guy's name? Right? Maybe throw a few guesses in my head. I'm like, probably a John or a David or a Craig. During that era of my growing up, that was a pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
But I always think to myself, like, he knows who I am though. In a way, I'm just like, because I did a few things, like because I've DJ'd the school discos later on, I think I just, in my head, I talk up my sense of my school celebrity. I'm just like, but I mean,
see, I was the exact same. So I always thought I was a wee popular kid and I was a wee arsehole, just like the wee wido cunt in school that everybody knew. I had the good middle shed, winched all the birds in my school. It was brilliant, good years. But I remember I was managing.
You said middle shed, and I was like,
yeah,
why did you have a shed at school?
But I was managing a venue, and one of the lassies that was in my year at school came in, and I just went up to the bar, pure like cool as you like. I mean, this was in Paisley, so I'm going back a good number of years. Got up to the bar, we're like, all right, Mary. She's like, do I know you? I'm like, we went to school together.
Oh, you get done, man.
What's your name? I was like, Andy what? I'm like, doesn't matter. I just done it.
Run.
I was absolutely done. Like, absolutely done, man. I've never felt so bad in my life.
Here's a belter right about that, because you're saying,
mate, because you were a winner for so many years. She's like, this guy broke my heart in second year. We need dance to make the school disco. I'm sticking it to him.
That's what I tell myself to make myself feel better.
No, I was going to say that a girl messaged me on Instagram that I went to primary school and high school with, and she said, hey, I know it's your birthday tomorrow. It's also my son's birthday. Happy birthday for tomorrow. And I was like, not only did she remember who I was, but she actually remembered my birthday because it was like Valentine's Day. But I was like, it made me think, like, I think a lot of people maybe did remember my birthday because of when it was, but I don't think anyone's forgetting Naftune as a name.
Yeah,
I think peculiar. So like I feel like maybe like, I'm not saying I was a celebrity at school, but like my surname is so unusual. And I cut about so much at school. Like I was a friend, like I was kind of like really a friend to no one, whereas I thought I was a friend to everyone. I would just like every social group possible. Totally. But like I think that way, like
you're a social butterfly, mate.
But it's to my detriment because now stop and chats are like everywhere and I can't escape them.
I think because I was such a rock star as well when I left school. Do you know what I mean? People see me and they're like, "Oh, you still swinging it?" I'm just like, "Aye, man." It's like meeting Penny Chase to people.
Is this when you were doing the car wash?
Oh man,
did you ever get a school guy at the car wash?
Oh man, I mean, mate, that was. I'll tell you a quick story about me doing Joe jobs. Right, when I think we talked about this. Like the car wash is infamous for me. I used to work a hand car wash. I always used to work jobs where I could make cash in hand, and I could, like, I was outside and I was just kind of grafting. And
I look at you buying Nikes.
I mate, must do say flip flops. So my other job, as you probably both know, is I used to like cut people's grass, like go.
Yeah, you said on the podcast, you know, chops your toe.
So I just remember me and my dad got us these like green boiler suits. And it was just, I didn't even think anything of it. It's so practical. I'm just like, I had like rigger boots on, green hang. It was like, you get totally covered in grass and I would just take it off. Like, so I'm just out there hustling and I'm just had my headphones in listening to Tim Westwood that I recorded the night before. This lawnmower making cake. And I'm like, life's good. Until like somebody from school walked by Do you know what I mean? Like a girl would walk by and she'd just be like, just looking. And then I remember going into school on Monday because I didn't even stop. There was no stop and chat. And she was like, why have you cutting someone's garden dress like that? Yeah, just doing like that. I was like, oh, it's like community service. She was like, what? I was like, oh, I had a pure thing and I need to do this thing. That's why I had the pure, like, the suit on and all that. But I was just so like, I was like, this is all good, but is that keeping up appearances of just like, it's like seeing someone pure out of it. I was like, she was just like, I think she was actually in the year above and she was just like, what was that all about, man?
Did you ever, was the school lie something that you have both like, did you tell, like, have you ever told like the most insane lie? Like, you know, that whole thing of like my girlfriend and my grand's bit, those kind of stories. You ever like told like an absolute fucking insane lie at school?
Probably. I always remember once falling out. I don't know why this one is. I remember falling out my two best pals, and they weren't at school. It was like where I lived, and they were only talking to me. And I was looking at my window, and I could see them. And I would put I'd buy a new pair of ice skates, and I'd put them up on the windowsill so that they could see that I'd get new ice skates. See if they'd talk to me about them. And then I remember opening the window, and I was like, "Hey, Wayne Gretzky's dead." And it was just so mental. Like, I don't know why that is such a vivid memory, but just hoping
I don't know. In primary 7, just because you're talking about the middle shed, I was. Do you know those like magazines like girls used to get, and it'd be like have like Boys On or and Backstreet Boys on the cover kind of thing. In primary 7, like this chick like brings in like her little magazine, and it comes with like 5 postcards of the individual Backstreet Boys. And me and this chick hatched this plan of like, let's pretend one of them is my big cousin.
It's always a cousin,
right? But it was like, we can't pick Nick because
you wouldn't get.
It wouldn't make sense. Why would both of you be called Nick? So we chose Brian, and she wrote in her handwriting because it can't be my handwriting. Because obviously the idiots that would try and use this fucking weird prank on would know my handwriting for some reason. So she writes this big fucking thing on the back of the postcard. To Nick, fucking Auntie says hi, fucking can't wait to see you for Thanksgiving or some bullshit, right? And I'm like showing like every chick in the class. I'm like, do you know my cousin is? Brian for fucking Poison.
Why would he send a postcard?
One person goes like, where's the stamp? Like, busted, man, busted.
Crazy chicks were for the boy band game. I remember this. We get in a registration class, and this girl in my class is like, she's getting pure cuddled, she's crying, and some guy was like said something, and the pal who was consoling her pure lashes out. He was like, "You just shut up, you just leave her alone. She was up this morning early phoning for PJ and Duncan tickets. She never got them." And like, she was like distraught, man. And see, the thing was, when I did a bit of a deep dive on it, PJ and Duncan weren't even the headliners, man. They were just opening for Boys On. But she was so mad for Ant and Dec that she was like, I need to just go to catch that opening slot, man.
Half a ticket.
I remember the day Take That broke up. I was like, finally.
I remember that.
These guys.
Yeah,
I'm literally just a guy, and these guys are cutting about just on the beach, man, with their tabs off, and I'm just like, here, what do you want me to do?
Back at
at that point, I had nothing going for me, man.
We should jump on the next drink actually.
You're bringing us something
on
from a neighbour from the Korean Milky.
If everyone can just grab their
everyone's jumping a plane real quick.
Grab their blue Dabadies. The only bit of English I can decipher, the Hatakosen blueberry Ramune soda. Obviously a return. We had the Ramune when a dear friend to the show, Craig Neal, was on.
Is this the same brand?
It's not really. There's so many brands. Obviously, we talked about
this must be because the ball is almost like identical.
It's the same brand as we had for Craig.
Yeah.
It's got the little dimples in the back.
I would say this is no. They all have that.
Aye, they've all got that, Nick.
That's the Golden Marble. We discussed this.
But no, we discovered that it did that. But maybe
they've definitely
know that they all do.
I had Ramune, like
what
brand name.
That's. I mean, I was just showing you they've all got the dimples. That's a different flavour.
All right, I was like, why is your blueberry green? Your white balance as well.
And this is a yuzu, so it's the brand. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
We'll go back to yours, Al.
So anyway, Al, you brought us the blue nipple.
Yeah. So this is Ramune, obviously just as kind of Japanese lemonade, Japanese vibes like that. But this is a blueberry flavour. Does everyone remember how to open it? This one's slightly different.
Can we get it on a microphone? Someone's microphone?
Oh no!
What? I nearly knocked over the entire leaderboard there because I dropped my wee popper.
We'll go on my microphone, right? I'm going to point it down. Here we go.
Oh, he's
fucked it.
He's fucked that royally.
Oh my God.
See, I've got a problem, guys.
Who shook this up?
Mine's the same, but it's not as bad as that. But
oh my God, I just get covered in blueberry juice.
That's what she said.
Dear oh dear.
Guys, that was a real technical.
That was the first technical issue, though.
I lost my wee pink guy that you need to do it. So
That's what she said.
I actually got a big order of Japanese drinks today, and I got a free gift, and one of them was these, and it was a watermelon flavour, and I let Jenny drink it, and it had the exact same happened, and it pissed everywhere. So I'm going to keep it down low so that I don't.
Yeah, I've managed to contain.
Oh, I've contained mine.
No, I did.
No, mine
is like. I mean, I've got.
I am soaked right now.
I was going to say, I don't help my camera, but I've got like a little puddle here on the table, but I've contained it from my nice carpet. But
interesting aroma.
Sliding in.
You sliding in already?
I've only given it a wee sniff.
That's pretty strong, man. There's no way this is going to taste like a
Yo, Ramune.
taste. I'm going in.
What side you drink from? The side with dimples?
I keep the dimples there because that stops the marble rolling into your mouth.
This is gink. I don't like it.
So just call it gink.
Gink, man.
What is gink?
Gink is a very descriptive word.
Is that an East Bright thing?
That's going to be a millennial quiz, mate. Along with Shengus and Crud.
And have you ever used the word gink? Man, I literally so podcast listeners, I opened that drink and
the show gets further and further away from our American audience.
You know the thing I don't like about these balls? It's it's like try to get your mouth situated properly to get that lovely soda.
What does she say?
See, to me, and again, this maybe is coming from an unrefined palate, as you would put it.
Yeah,
it tastes like a terrible cream soda.
Not a good one. And I mean,
there's not a lot of blueberry from it.
No,
anything. It's very. It's like
we had blueberry before. Remember, we had it in the Paisley Drinks Company.
That was a different ball game.
That was like ginger.
Blueberry. Do you know? I remember like drinking it, and I was like, when you drink I said at the time, when you drink blueberry, you're looking for like something that reminds you of like the blueberry muffin kind of vibe. You want that like hit a blueberry, but like enough sweetness to carry you through, so it's not like too tart.
Just dies.
This doesn't have any blueberry vibes at all.
I had high hopes for this because the first one's done so well.
Can I try a wee thought experiment here? If you went to look at this and drink it, do you think there's kind of like a kind of shitty Diet Iron Brew kind of vibe to it?
I don't even think it's got that much flavour. See, if you gave me this blindfolded and told me it was sparkling water, I'd probably believe you.
I think that's your COVID kicking still in there, man. Because it definitely.
See,
it's not got a lot
OG Ramune, the one that is called Ramune on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Blue.
Yeah.
Like it's blue. Not as blue as this, but it's blue, but it's not blueberry.
Yeah.
This is trash, man. I'm not even drinking much of this.
I don't mind it. It's just not. It's not.
The one that we drank with Craig, was that not blue as well?
I thought it was, but that was more like.
That was like an original flavour.
Yeah, they kind of.
It's like a light blue.
Yeah, that's like the vibe. This is trash, man. I'm sorry.
All right, go score it then, trash boy.
I'm very, very disappointed. I think you can tell by the tone of my voice.
I feel like fuck it. Get on it.
A sad parent.
It's a 1.1 for me. Leave that in the shelf.
Jeez,
that's trash, man. I'm so sad.
I mean, I'm not doing amazing. I'm not doing much better than that. I'm going 1.8, but 1.1.
Ask me the Milkis, man.
Yeah, it's.
Say it, skink.
It's 1.6.
Aye.
It's. If you were desperate for a drink and couldn't get any water, and that's the only thing they had in the vending machine, may as well grab it. But if that is on a shelf with the other Ramune, like punt this one away and get the other one.
It's subpar. It's subpar, Ramune.
Do you know what? It's just not even blueberry. There's no blueberry vibe at all.
Flavor's missing. Nah, it's not good. So, I mean, the Hatakosen blueberry Ramune, the 1.5.
That's about right.
Back the way you came, man.
Makes sense. That was a quick visit to Japan there, wasn't it?
That's potentially the quickest review we've ever done.
Mate.
And I've said the word gimp.
Spend time talking about absolute trash like that, man. You get on the bus with Levi Roots and millions and just head on.
I don't know how much my score was influenced by the fact that it pissed all over me, but
so that went into 57th place.
The fact that we have a 57th place is madness.
0.1 above McDade's football special.
Whoa. Okay, mate. I don't mind talking about McDade's every show because heavy hitters in the sort of game.
Shout out the new subscriber, Seamus, on the old Insta. That was like YouTube or something.
I am so. I'm not going to do it until we get back on the saddle. And we do it together. The glass bottle football special.
You're dying to give that like a good review.
I just want it to come back swinging, and because I've deep dived a wee bit, and I want to know.
There's no way that's going to change that much.
You don't know, man.
The crazy thing is, like, I think they could end up being the biggest difference between like the same brand but different flavors. Like such a massive.
But it's it's the pure marquee drink for the brand.
Yeah. I mean, like their Instagram isn't McDade's; it's McDade's football special.
Should be McDade's cola, man. So good, man. I'm just because I've just drank that trash. I'm reminiscing of like brighter skies.
The crazy thing is look, just talking about the original football special, that was bad. Like we did not enjoy it.
Oh, it was trash. Football special was rotten. The packaging sucked. It was.
I'm all right, Cam. Don't try to get them back on.
No, like I would love them to come on. I'd love them to come on and like put me to task and like prove me wrong. And do you know what? Like we're fair across the board. 2 of their drinks are sitting top of the board. Do you know what I mean? Football special was trash. Like I would taste that guy and let him taste it. And there's no way he can look me in the face and say that his family like love the football special because it's the orange cream soda and the cola knock out the fucking park.
Right, so just to move away from McDade's, but just to touch on the leaderboard here, I have had to shuffle a wee bit because
and I can see Mexican cola slid down.
I've got 4 drinks on 4.1. So the Club Rock Shandy, the McDade's Cola, Fritz Cola, and the McDade's Orange Cream, all 4.1, all joint first place. And then Guava is in second, and then Mexican Cola is in third. I just don't have enough space on the top shelf for 4 drinks.
Like, I'm not trying to, I don't want to preempt your scores for the next one. I've brought you something special. And it was something I got from Monty's Deli the last time. And I know you guys love cherry. And I've brought you what I think is the ultimate cherry cream soda vibes. Black cherry. And let me put this is, in my opinion, better than Virgil's, which I talked up as well. I'm hoping you guys... I hope you guys like this better than Virgil's. I think this is better than Virgil's, but I'm going to bring you something you've seen before in a slightly different package. From the people that brought you celery, I'm taking you back to Brooklyn. I'm taking you to Dr. Brown's house for the black cherry.
That sounds like a euphemism for going to the toilet. I need to stop by Dr. Brown's house.
Oh God, jumping out of Dr. Brown's for one. Black cherry. Dr. Brown's.
I mean, I'm excited. I was excited when we tasted
a little Central Park carousel picture in the front as well.
I was excited when you brought Virgil's on because I loved Virgil's, and then me and Al both agreed on Virgil's. It wasn't as good as you remembered it.
That was the funny thing with
since 1869. Since 1869, and 45 grams of sugar, and
that's a winner. That's a winner right there.
And a 355 ml can. Come on,
that's good.
Yeah, I'm going for it. I need that trash out of my palate.
Have you had this before?
No.
Please love it because I love it.
Not a strong smell.
Yeah, it's good.
It's like I've said this before. Nuanced is the word. It takes your palate on a dance. It's going like it does this. Dr. Brown's like, come with me now and take a dance through the Black Forest Gatto.
That's a different cherry than we've ever had in any soda before.
It's a black cherry.
No, but Virgil's is black cherry.
It's a dank cherry, like I said though.
Let me see you dance.
Come with me now on a journey through time and space to the world of Dr. Brown's Black Cherry.
That is money. It's good.
I think like I don't like. I always feel like we have a bit of fatigue when it comes to the last drink, but I think what you need to appreciate here is nice can design, heritage brand. It's a deli favorite in America, and it's not one of those cherry one and dones. I don't think. I think this is something that's you could easily do a whole can of this for your lunch and then pick up another one and go. No bother. Yeah. And I know celery was a wee bit like
stinking.
No, I like it, but I know it's not for everyone. But this doesn't. The cherry doesn't come out and punch you in the face in that way that people don't like cherry stuff.
It's evident they know what they're doing. The celery you don't like, people don't like it. I liked it. Andy didn't like it, but it's more like because it was a celery drink. There's no doubt in my mind these people know what they're doing.
Did the celery one have that much sugar in it?
I think it did.
I think it did as well. I'm not sure. Maybe it didn't have just as much sugar, but this to me is like that thing I've said before is like take a really good cream soda. They do a cream soda, by the way. I'll bring it on the podcast. It's fucking dynamite. But take a really good cream soda and add to it. And I feel like that's what they're doing here. Like they're just subverting that cream soda-ness with like it's not even a hint of cherry because there is a cherry vibe there, but it's so balanced that it's not like one of those like it's not like a cherry aid where you drink and you're like, whoa, turn that cherry up to 11. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good.
These people know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think this is because it's subtle. It isn't pure in your face. Like I love wild cherry Pepsi. I do love it. But that is in your face. That is Pepsi punching you in the face with cherries. That's
it's a Pepsi left fist and a cherry right hook, man.
Yeah. But
I mean that one too.
But I mean, as I say, I love that. But I'm not saying this is different, but I'm not saying I love it any more or less. It's good, really good.
I'm gonna put my score out there just so that there can be no
dragging up,
no shouts of me trying to drag us up. Genuinely, wholeheartedly.
5.1.
I'm on the Craig Neal spectrum here. I think this is top tier stuff. And if you do find this in a shop and you're of my persuasion, you should try it. For me, it's a 4.3 drink for me. It's a 4.3.
I've already put my score in, and as I say, I love it. It's not quite a 4. Not quite a 4 for me, but it's great. It's 3.9.
Nice.
I feel it's money, well executed. I feel like the high 3s moving into the 4s. The 4s is the upper echelons of execution, but also of personal taste. This is really good for me. This is a tough one to score, man.
I'm not trying to put pressure on you, but I'm interested to see if this is one that was going to get on the board. Because
do you know what?
The fact that Andy thinks it's a 3.9 is interesting because I didn't think, even though I know he likes cherry, I didn't think this would.
It's one of those ones I could genuinely give that a 4.1. I was stuck between the 3.9 and the 4.1.
I'm going to give it, and I know I've done this twice, so you know I'm a cop. I'm going to go 4 on the button. Because it's really good.
4 on the button.
4 on the button.
Does that take us,
guys?
Can't be
it's joining the top.
Oh my god! Andy, could you not just give that 4.1?
There's 5 of them.
No, just for ergonomic reasons.
Yeah, it's fair enough though. That's really good, man.
It's such a great drink. Like
that first one, that Turkish thing was good. If you scan through what you've got on your table right now, lads, That's head and shoulders above. That's a really good soda.
Oh, it's not in the same league, is it? Really?
But then even then, the Turkish guy's still top 10.
Aye.
Turkish guy was good, but like if you compare the Turkish dude to this, there's a different level of soda making going on here. Holy shit, another 4.1.
I can't believe it. I mean, like,
Long time listener to the show, Cammy Brisbane, was saying to me that he was like, you can't just have everything as a 4.1. And I was like, look, if you think it this way, that means there's still like between 4.1 and 5 to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in this game to find the 4.1s, the 4.3s. I'm not in this to taste honking.
Easy thing is, and I said I was between a 3.9 and a 4.1. If I'd given that a 4.1, it would not have changed its average score.
And that is cricket. Do you know what I mean?
Is that true?
I've got the sheet here.
That's so weird, isn't it?
So they're done.
I guess it's because it's like a 0.1 kind of.
I'd be a 0.000009 or something like that. And
Yeah.
So, it's just not changed it enough to make that.
Let's review right real quick. Look at the top: Mexican Cola, Fritz Cola, Orange Cream, McDade's Cola. Right.
Rock Shandy's up there.
Not for the 4.1s.
Yeah, Rock Shandy's a 4.1.
Okay. If you put this is doing what Club Rock Shandy's doing, but for like the cherry soda vibe.
Yeah,
it makes me think if there's a Dr. Brown's glass bottle, what's it then?
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, that's only a second can making up there. Like, that's
an extra hurdle to get over if you're coming in the can.
The one thing I would say is I think we need to, unfortunately, knock Cheerios completely off. We just don't have space up there anymore. So at the moment, you have to be a 4 or higher to get on that.
Fair play, man.
Fair play. So right now, Guava's a 4 and the rest are 4.1s. Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I can't do right now? I could not take a sip of that milky thing right now after what I'm experiencing with Dr. Brown's.
You don't want to go back?
Nah, my palate is right where I need it to be right now.
Mm-hmm. It's
that's good. That's good. So where'd you get it?
What great way into. I'll give them a shout out because I emailed the guy every night. I think I'm like maybe the only person in Glasgow that's ordering deli food from London throughout the whole of this lockdown. But Monty's Deli, they have a few spots around London, so you can get on like Monty's Deli website. They have celery, Dr. Brown's black cherry, root beer, and cream soda. And obviously deli goods like pastrami and salt beef.
I don't want to eat Camden. We're not getting a free advert.
No, I'm just saying it's a good spot, but I've not seen them. I know of them from America, but I've not seen them anywhere else in the UK. It's not like something you're not picking this up on a. Probably not get this on like a normal like American soda drink website. Like this is curated. Yeah. This is like I'm saying it's like a deli special over in America. Like the guys over there who are obviously fans, the guys in London are obviously fans of like the Cat's Delis, of Carnegie Delis of the world. Do you know what I mean? Like they know the kind of thing that they're trying to put together, you know. But
did you say you ordered the sandwich kit?
I've ordered it all, man. The sandwich kit is something I've dabbled with. I've actually got half a loaf of rye bread in the freezer, and about 10 bagels. But anyway, the point is, if you want to try this, and it is like, I mean, you're going to see it. Let's say this. Interestingly, look at our top leaderboard here. Highly accessible drinks, pretty much, apart from the Dr. Brown's.
McDade's is a wee bit tough to get hold of, to be honest.
I think
maybe not in Ireland. In fact, maybe not online. Surely that's an easy.
Yeah, you can cop it online, no bother. But
yeah, Glencrest is the only one in the UK. I'm pretty sure that do it, and it's not like they're not constantly having it in stock.
Did you not pick up some cola? Which
McDade's
one? Coke.
No, I managed to cop. No, the club stuff is becoming more.
Yeah, club you can get in a lot of shops.
You can get Fritz in the right places, and obviously Doritos as well. As like
I mean, don't get me wrong. If you want them, you'll find them. You just maybe going to need to pay a wee bit in shipping and stuff.
Dr.
like
Brown's probably the only ones you're going to need to like go out your way.
Yeah, if you're going to order from Monty's, get yourself a couple of cans and throw in some meat.
Get us some cans, I know. Get a boys some cans.
Yeah, if everyone want to donate some cans, we won't give you any addresses, but we'll just meet you.
Good show, guys. I think, Andy, maybe you could finish off by dropping a hint of like the idea of a live show that we were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of talked about that maybe once because we've now talked about actually being able to go out and whether we're allowed in venues and even if it's limited capacity, that we do a live show where people can buy a ticket and they get the drinks that we're going to be reviewing live. So we all review them together. Get a crowd of people in. And that's something that we're definitely going to be bringing to you very soon. We just need to wait and see when we're actually allowed to do that. So
remember, amateur scores don't get regarded on our league table though. But feel free to like score it as you go.
I mean, your scores won't count, but you score it if you want. Maybe we'll make these scorecards for everybody and all that. They can hold up their numbers.
And we can just push straight in the bin when we get up the road.
The one thing I was going to do actually is maybe tease some wee drinks because I did get a delivery today and I've just got some sitting around me.
Is this for the Patreon?
I've never done this before. Is this allowed? But, I like this.
Oh,
a wee mini. It's a
pack lunch guy.
So it was like a Japanese supermarket guy online, and this is a wee pineapple flavour soda. I didn't know it was coming in a mini can, but that's made me a wee bit more excited.
Is that about the same size as like the little Diet Cokes and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's like a mixer can.
I remember watching Andrew McKillop in Primary 7 like down one of them like in a winner kind of thing, and I remember just thinking, animal. You absolute animal. Now I look back and I go, it's fucking like 100 ml of juice.
Now you look back and you're like, I've just tanned fucking 4 foot.
He was like the biggest guy in our class. And I remember just thinking, look at Shrek go, man. He's fucking tanning that thing.
I was excited about this, but maybe after tonight's episode, it's dropping down my expectations.
Yes.
Ramune Cola. I had never seen it before.
I had high expectations when I heard about this.
It did excite me, but now after we did the blueberry, I'm like, no, this isn't the same brand. This is not the same brand.
The same ball, though.
Oh, no, wait a minute. It is the same brand.
What's that? What's the brand?
Hatakosen.
Oh, no.
Mate, that was like the end of, like, the Eminem song, Stan. Eminem's like class acting at the very end. He goes, wait a minute.
It is the
you.
But
he's wrote him an entire letter, and it's only at the end of the postscript of the letter, he's like, wait a minute, it was you.
But the last one I wanted to highlight was this. This looks like a lovely cloudy lemonade type thing.
Also the milk. If you poured that milk thing out, it'd probably be
maybe actually. But if you just read that there, Fuji-san Cola.
I just realized that as fusion cola there.
So
Fuji-san.
I'm excited by that. I mean, we all love a cola, so those will be coming up at one point in future episodes. But
nice. So imagine you're going to drive home.
Oh, there's no doubt, man.
Is that a no-brainer? We'll take Dr. Brown's.
Yeah, I've got to say, as much as, do you know what? I will drink this Turkish guy again. I will get it again, but it is a zero no-brainer. I'm looking for it. I'm literally like, where the fuck's my Dr. Brown's? But I put it up here.
Rightfully belongs. You don't go to 7 years of soda school to get your PhD in soda to not put out a spectacular drink like that.
Let's like if you see this beside a Dr. Pepper, one of those guys went to medical school and the other guy's a dentist.
The other one is Dr. Nick Riviera.
Weird though. See, if I did see them beside each other and because it's similar colour to a Dr. Pepper can, I would maybe think that this was like a throwback. Like maybe this is what Dr. Pepper used to be kind of thing. And then I would taste it and I'd be like, Dr. Pepper, you've fucked it at some point in these past 100 years.
It is insane to think that this cherry, well, maybe just Dr. Brown's, probably not the cherry flavour, but 1869 is like that, like, especially for America, that's a healthy long time ago. That's like almost like they wrapped up like Civil War and they wrapped up the fight for independence and Dr. Brown's like, let's celebrate with some cherry soda.
They still independent? Are they still just Dr. Brown's, or does nobody's come in and taken them over?
I'm going to, oh fuck, distributed by the Canada Dry Bottling Company.
Oh,
So that's just a distribution. That's
doesn't
not. I think maybe they're still just Dr. Brown. Maybe it's just the Dr. Brown family.
Interesting.
Let's do the deep dive for the next one. There's still like I said, a cream soda and a root beer to get, and
I'm down for both.
I fucking dig both of them. So
I might cop ahead of time. Is that
Yeah, I
cheap?
mean, I'm into that. I mean, I genuinely, I would go.
guys, what? We'll talk off the podcast because I might get the re-up on the deli goods anyway.
I've been perusing the website as we've been speaking. I could go for
I could see the blue glow in your face. You made me think you were doing some like deep dives and finding out where Dr.
Doing a deep dive in pastrami right now.
He was shopping. Right, that's another good one, guys. Obviously, we've got Thursday. We're doing a live quiz, which people can be able to go and watch back. And then we'll be back again next week with another episode and another 4, hopefully, fantastic sodas.
It's going to be fireworks, man.
And make sure when you do check out the live quiz episode, it'll be in the live section of YouTube, and it won't be a podcast.
We will chop them up though and put them on Instagram. And make sure you're following us at 5 Star Sodas. Thank you very much. See you all soon.
Cheers.
Peace.